Now get ready for the power of Groove.AI. Become a member of Groove today. We'll groove all the way. Automate your marketing with the power of Groove.AI. Discover the secrets today. Groove.AI is starting now. Now get ready for the power of Groove.AI. Become a member of Groove today. We'll groove all the way. Automate your marketing with the power of Groove.AI. Discover the secrets today. Groove.AI is starting now.
Hey everyone, welcome to another Groove.AI live session with me, Peter Moinaro, and I'm coming at you from New Zealand live. So if you're joining me live, put a hashtag live, and if you're actually watching the replay, put a hashtag replay. I just want to jump into the chat here and just see what we've got. So Tyler, thank you for being here, and thank you for moderating some of our chats that we have from people that join us. And I know that it's a little bit late over in the US. I've tried to make this a kind of a US friendly time as much as possible to suit in my time, because being in New Zealand, we're like about 11:30 in the Tuesday morning here, so it's a little bit more user friendly for me, and hopefully for the US and other places as well. Anyway, look, what we're going to go on talk about today is obviously AI, but there seems to be lots of progress. It happens almost every day, and one of the things is that ChatGPT had came out with the ChatGPT 4.0, which is, has a huge amount of benefits. It was quite exciting when it first came out. There was a little bit of a hint that OpenAI or ChatGPT were coming out with a newer model, and but they didn't disclose it. That was probably about a few weeks ago, and it was coming in as sort of like it was acting as GPT 2. Sorry, I'm trying to remember what the name was actually, but it was all different names. They had various names where you could actually test it out. But now it's finally been released, which is the ChatGPT 4.0, much faster, very responsive. A lot of other benefits too, but I'll go through those shortly. And then, of course, we have Gemini 1.5 that recently updated to 1.5 Pro. Flash. So it was 1.5 Pro. Now it's coming. That's been updated to 1.5 Flash, and I'll talk a bit more about that too, as well as we go through today's session. But anyway, look, I'm going to probably just go through some of we'll start with Gemini first, and probably some of the features that Gemini has at the moment in terms of the 1.5 Flash. So one of the things is that it has like high efficiency. So Gemini 1.5 Flash is designed for quick responses and real-time interactions. And imagine a customer service chatbot that response instantly, sort of keeping customers happy and engaged. So that's the kind of sort of like thing we're talking about. That's where it comes in really, really implement. And well, I guess beneficial is when it can actually doesn't have that sort of lag time, right? And that's what sort of Gemini 1.5 Flash offers in its updates. It's more cost effective, so it's highly cost effective, offering top notch performance at a fraction of the cost of its predecessors. And so really, that's really interesting to sort of find out, because of the fact people now are becoming more interested in costs as well when it comes to tokens and all that sort of thing. It has the multimodal capabilities. So simultaneously data being processed. It can handle sort of various types of data, text, images, audio, video, simultaneously, allowing for versatile applications. So definitely is something that would be very useful when it comes to applications. It's high performance, despite smaller, despite it being smaller. So it is actually smaller in terms of its the 1.5 Pro. It delivers a high quality results quickly. So it's quite a powerful sort of update with the 1.5 Flash. So suitable for tasks where time and efficiency are crucial. It has a large context window, so 1 million tokens context window. This enables the model to understand and respond to large amounts of information quickly and accurately, which is beneficial for complex data analysts and long conversations. Okay, as far as being versatile, it has a wide range of applications. So it's ideal for summarizing information, generating captions for images and videos, and enhancing chat applications. When I'm talking about the 1.5 Flash 2, by the way, we are talking about the paid version. This is not a free version. So if you're on the Gemini, Google Gemini, and you're only on the free version, I don't think you will have access to this. Okay, what else? It actually supports coding tasks, can handle large code bases, making it useful for developers working on extensive projects. And training and performance. Okay, it inherits the advanced training and knowledge from the Pro model, which is prior to this one here, prior to the latest update, and ensuring robust performance while being more efficient. So, an improved interaction designed to keep conversations smooth and engaging, especially in customer-facing roles. All right, so let's just have a look at the if you haven't sort of been in the Gemini Advanced or Pro model, I'll give you a little look into my one. I'm on a paid version here, so I'm just going to share my screen. Let me just get to this screen, present. All right, now between ChatGPT 4.0 and Gemini Advanced, I actually probably use the ChatGPT quite often, but Gemini I do actually use if I'm really doing a lot of research. I find it, because it's locked into the Google search engine, you're getting real-time information. And so I really do think it's actually really best suited to research. I have done images through Gemini as well, and they have been fantastic looking images. It's kind of like a battle at the moment with ChatGPT and Gemini. I think at the moment Gemini is the hot topic. ChatGPT sort of releasing some of their updates just the other day, and then Gemini coming in the very next day and introducing their latest update. So it's kind of tit for tat. It's going backwards and forwards. You really have to actually keep on top of it almost daily to find out what some of the latest updates are on either or. And of course, let's not forget there are the others in the background like Claude 3. So there's a few others that are actually in the backgrounds, sort of more of a low profile, but they're there. And no doubt Claude 3 will come in with something, with one of its latest updates as well. So it's really a kind of a race that just continues to go on and on and on. And with AI, of course, the possibilities are endless. All right, so here we are in Gemini, and I'm just going to kind of like go through just going to put maybe some queries in here just to see, what sort of changes there have been in terms of like the latest updates. Now, I haven't actually tested this out before this. So like I said, I don't use Gemini as much as I do ChatGPT. So this is something that I'm not prepared for, but that's the whole idea of it, is I'm going through this pretty much the same as you, at the same time as you. So let's just actually have a look to see what some of the stuff that is actually going on with the latest updates when it comes to Gemini. Now, I would say the 1.5 Flash is actually, that would be the desktop model, I would say. But anyway, look, I'm in Gemini at the moment. I'm going to put some queries in there. So let me just sort of put in what are the key features? Let's talk about itself. What are the key features? Key features and benefits of 1.5 Flash. And let's just sort of see what. And what I want to do as well, and how do I implement it? So I'm just asking a fairly just straightforward questions about its own platform. So Gemini 1.5 Flash is a smaller, faster, and more efficient model than Gemini 1.5 Pro, optimized for speed and high efficiency tasks. And kind of went through all this just before, obviously. What else is new in here? It's currently available in preview in over 200 countries and territories. You can access it through Google AI Studio or Vertex AI if you're a Google Cloud customer. And general availability is expected in June 2024. So it's only really in one corner where it's actually going to be accessible to the general population. API integration, integrate the model's API into your application. Google provides detailed documentation, resources to help with this progress. So if you're a developer, this is this will be interesting to know for you. Customization optional, depending on your specific use case. You may fine-tune the model with your own data to improve its performance on your specific task. So that's really cool. So it's kind of like an open source type model, if you like. Information about pricing and specific information details may vary, so it's best to refer to Google's official documentation and announcements for the most up-to-date information. Okay, so what I get from this, it's fast and it's very versatile, and it's very cost effective. And so those are probably some of the benefits when it comes to the 1.5 Flash. All right. And being sort of like, 1.5 Pro has been around for a wee while, but and when I say a wee while, even when you say it's been out for a month or two, that's kind of like in the whole AI scheme of things, that's a long time ago. Like I said, everything's changing pretty much daily with some of these large or these LLMs or large language model platforms. All right, so now I'm going to, we've sort of touched on the Gemini 1.5 Flash. Let's just go on to ChatGPT. Now, I have been doing a lot with the ChatGPT 4.0. I find it very, very interesting. Some of the things that that we can probably expect from the latest ChatGPT 4.0 is that, okay, where we got here, I've got a list of things that I can actually explain about this, to be quite honest. Where are we? It's pretty exciting because, like, I noticed it was really, really fast, which was a huge bonus. And depending, of course, on your computer and your internet connection, but for me, it was quite fast. There are the what else is there? We've got real time. So these are some of the things I've noted down with it. The real-time conversational speech. So you can actually set up the ChatGPT app on your phone or your device, if you like, and engage in real-time conversation with the model. Ask it various questions and absorb the low latency in response. So there was a demonstration on this one, and maybe if I can find the video to that, and I can show you just a quick example. Now, this is actually from Matt Wolf's, one of Matt Wolf's sessions that I'll be showing. So if I can just find this for you and then play part of it. All right, let me go to, just got to check to see where I am on here. Okay, remove, stop screen. Looks like my screen wasn't, I'm having trouble. I've had some technical trouble with the screen sharing, which is kind of why today's session started a little bit late. But for some reason, it goes blank for a little while. So let's just add that again. All right, so we're just sharing on the screen here. I'm going to shoot over to YouTube. And maybe look at the one that I was looking at before with Matt. Okay, let's go. Matt Wolf. Now, just somewhere in his last one here, we had this one. This is the one. Right. So I'm just going to pause this because I think I need to actually change this to a tab view. And so I'm going to stop screen so that you can actually hear the audio. All right, so down there, share. Okay. Please let me know if you can't hear the audio or you can hear the audio. I'm just going to play a little bit of it at the end. So if you heard that, just put a 1 into the chat, please, and then I will actually carry on the video. So this one is actually so ChatGPT, and it is the desktop app, but they do actually have there's them solar please and mix. So Tyler, can you just let me know if you can actually hear me? Can you? Oh, sorry, hear the video? Did you hear the video? No sound. Okay. All right. Let me just try that again. Stop screen. Present. Audio share. We want to tab. Share. I'm just going to play it again. Just put a 1 if you can hear it. Right, just wondering if you could hear that sound. If you can, that'll be great. Then I can actually move forward on this. Otherwise, I will have to probably go off this and just go on to something else. So it's otherwise it's not really worth watching this video. No sound. Oh, now sound? Is that what you mean? Can you just put a 1 if that's what you mean? It's no sound. Okay. All right. We're gonna flag that. I'm gonna flag that one, and we'll just go back to present again. So yes, I have been actually having some issues with the sound, which I ironed out a while ago, but it looks like there's more issues. We can read lips. All right. Thanks for that, Tyler. All right, so let me just follow through on some of the stuff here that that I actually was talking about before, and I'm going to go into here. I'm going to start a new conversation here. So one of the things that I found really interesting in terms of some of these updates when it comes to ChatGPT 4.0 is that you can upload an image. And yes, we all know that you can, like if you wanted to describe the image, you can do that. But this was something new to me. Maybe it's not new to you, but it was something new to me that you can upload an image and you can actually have ChatGPT 4.0 tell a story about it. So let's just try that. Let's just upload an image, any image, and just see if it can tell us a story about it. So I'm going to find an image and upload it. All right. Okay, so I am looking at, let me just grab one. I'm going to put this image in there. So I'm uploading an image and I'm just going to see if it can actually tell us a story about this image. So there it is there. I'm going to say, tell us a story about this image and provide more images. And I'm doing this actually for the first time. I'm not even sure if this is going to work. Provide more images related to the story. So really all I've done is I've actually given it an image. I'm asking ChatGPT for it to actually tell us a story. No, I'm not sharing. Am I? Okay. So this is the problem I was having. There we go. All right. So I've actually uploaded an image, and I've typed in there, tell us a story about this image, I should say, and provide more images related to the story. So I'm just going to see how that goes, because I haven't done this before. It'll be interesting that to see what it actually responds with. All right, let me just try this. Let's go. So I don't know, it's done some sort of code base here. I'm not too sure what that's all about, but let's just see what it's still doing something. Let's just see what it does. Like, I mean, with all this latest updates with AI, now it's kind of trying to keep on top of what some of the latest things that it can do, because quite often you literally have to sort of find out for yourself, and then because there are little things that they actually do. All right, so this is all right. So what has it done? It's actually said, once upon a time, in a bustling city, there was a vibrant community of artists and musicians who gathered in Quaint Park every weekend. I think we've gone off of a track here. This is supposed to be about this Okay, in the heart of the park stood an old majestic tree, branches stretching in wide like arms of a welcoming friend. All right, so I don't see anything about a fireman in there, so it's kind of like gone off a little bit track here. Well, it's gone way off track. That's the image. Okay, let me just try something else. Let me just go, tell me about this image. And let's just try this again. Crazy. I didn't think it would actually do that. But anyway, let's just have a look and see. I'm still in the same conversation, by the way. I'm trying to see whether or not I can sort of, articulate between the two things that I've actually asked it to do. All right, so you can see, like, when I gave it an image of a fireman, it's given me something completely different. Let's try ChatGPT 4. All right, and let's try that. So that's actually made it bigger. All right, please. So I'm going to go, that is completely long. The image is not what you described. And then I'm just going to say try again. So now I've actually switched over to ChatGPT 4. So AI can lose its train of thought, but I've actually I started on a new chat on this one. It's really got it wrong. All right, maybe I found I've found a little glitch in the system. So now it's saying sort of like it appears to be a tranquil scene featuring a body of water, possibly over. Oh, crazy! That's crazy. Now this is an AI image, and I'm wondering whether or not if I tried a different image. Let's just try something different, and that's crazy. I'm going to try this one here. Okay. You got it wrong again. Let's try a different image. So far, the whole Gemini 1.5 Flash versus ChatGPT 4.0 is actually looks like Gemini's winning at this stage. I might try the same thing in Gemini 2, by the way. Let's try a different image. All right, let's just see what it does here. It's probably lost the essence of the request. Who knows? Oh, he's got this right. So in this image, we see a photographer engaged in capturing a stunning scene at the rocky edge. Okay, okay. Create a story and more images to illustrate the story. Oh, I just wanted to see if this actually works with ChatGPT 4. Oh, so we're in the quaint coastal town of Miramar, known for its breathtaking sunsets and serene landscapes, lived a photographer named Marco. Marco had a deep passion for capturing nature's fleeting moments through his lens. He believed that each photograph told a story of its own, a silent narrative waiting to be shared with the world. Chapter 1, The Mysterious Challenge. One evening, as Marco was browsing through his old photographs, he stumbled upon an anonymous letter tucked between the pages of his photo album. The letter contained a challenge to capture an image that perfectly encapsulated the essence of Miramar. The reward was an exhibition spot in the town's prestigious annual art gala. Intrigued and excited, Marco decided to embark on a quest to find the perfect shot. Wow, okay, so there's quite a few chapters there. Would I read all those? No. Request for additional images. I'm just going to have a look at this. So that's really interesting. Like, it's given me a fairly good story. I quite like that. I quite like how that's actually been written out. Actually, I might just carry on with it. No, I won't. We'll just leave it at that because it's not about this whole sort of story thing. But I did actually want images. Would you like me to create images based on these descriptions? Let's just do this. Okay, yes. And let's just see what it comes up with. I'm actually finding ChatGPT, good old trusty ChatGPT 4 is a lot more, understands me a lot more than what GPT 4.0 did. Okay, cool. So it's actually creating images for these 4 things. All right, so just sort of giving that sort of request to ChatGPT 4.0 didn't pan out so well. Okay, we've got a dog in there, but it didn't pan out so well. So there are probably certain things that you can't give it, which I would have thought it would not have been an issue. And in fact, I think this one's gone a little bit way. Oh, that's the art gallery, I think. But yeah. All right, so there you go. Let me just try it in Gemini 1.5. So like I've got the advanced one, so I'm going to put it in there and just try the same prompt, and if I can find it. Okay, tell us a story in more. Okay, I'm going to do that in Gemini. Oh, Gemini, got it wrong. Hey Nancy, how are you? Good to see you here. All right, so I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to add that image that I added before, which was of the fireman. I'm going to put that in there and see what that comes up with. I didn't have much luck with it in the so this is interesting. Okay, so the image of the fireman, when I actually try to upload it to Gemini, it doesn't actually exist in the same folder. So it's probably the format of that image. But let me try the photographer one again. And let's just see what it does. So maybe that was the problem. This image has been, so I can't help with images of people yet. Interesting. There you go. Now we've got sort of like we've got a bit of a difference here. ChatGPT can actually give us a story. Maybe it goes off track a little bit in that last one, but it can actually give us a bit of a story about the image and tell us what it's about. Some of the images that it created were a little bit maybe not of like a sort of more natural scenic view rather than they were of dogs. But at least it actually followed through on the task. But here I've given Gemini, and this is a paid version, by the way, I've given it the same task, and it can't help with images of people yet, which makes that really interesting. I'm going to put something in here. I thought you could. Okay. All right. So there you go. There's some differences there right away. But I do use ChatGPT quite a lot. So I know Gemini can create images. Maybe if I ask it to just a simple request, okay, just describe the image. Let's see what it does there. Oh, I'm going to put the image here. Let's see that again. Here is the image. Isn't it interesting when you start actually sort of like doing the whole exercise of doing the same task but for two different platforms, because you hear so much about so this image has been, so it's just telling me it can't help with images of people yet, and I don't understand that, but at least it actually recognized that it was a person. But there you go. I've kind of done a bit of a sort of ChatGPT versus Gemini. Gemini is actually probably winning the race at the moment on some other different fronts. But when it comes to something like what I've just demonstrated, there are those little things that it can't do. So, there are some of these little, little blind spots that it actually cannot respond to. Unless it's having a bad day, I'm not too sure. Maybe you would know. But a lot of what I do is I do actually do a lot of copy content, and I do a lot of images. And so I know with Gemini, I can create pretty much, if I put in here and I just go create an image of a photographer, and let's just see what it comes up with. I've done a typo as well, so it's probably going to recognize that's a typo. The great thing about it just actually generates, like a few different images. It doesn't just generate one, it generates a few. So we are working to prove generative. Oh, that's weird, because I would have thought so let me just say generate an image of we'll just go fire truck. Let's make it simple. So people was an issue at the moment. People was an issue for Gemini. That kind of looks like it actually got it from somewhere on Google somewhere, because that actually looks like a realistic fire truck. Doesn't look like it's being recreated. So it looks like it may be grabbing images from its own sort of database in terms of Google. So that's interesting. I am on the paid version. Gemini Advanced is the paid version. I'm not sure why it's sort of just given me that. It normally actually does some pretty good images. I'm going to generate more and see what else it comes up with. But I think it's grabbing images from Google. I can't generate these images. Enter a new prompt to generate. I really think Gemini's having a bad day today. It's having a bad hair day. That's my probably take on this in terms of this demo between ChatGPT versus Gemini. I'm gonna now just one more thing before I go. I am going to actually do the same thing in ChatGPT and just see what it comes up with. Let's do a new chat. So at the moment, everybody's talking about ChatGPT. Gemini being Gemini 1.5 Flash and Pro, but man, my experience today is kind of like I'm more in favor of ChatGPT at the moment. Let's see what some of the comments are. Yeah, AI can lose its train of thought to look. Now this is generated through AI. This is not something that's been grabbed off Google. This is I'm going to try 4.0 and see what happens there. And I'm just going to generate another image. And let's see how that goes. Okay, so Gemini 1.5, you too polite to give opinion, and okay, maybe it is. Maybe that's what it is. It's been too polite, Nancy. But it's definitely in my view, when it comes to what I do, yeah, Gemini I would definitely use as research because it's plugged into Google's search engine. So, it's got a huge database that's in real time. Gemini I would definitely use for research. I have done that before for local stuff in my city, history stuff. Like when it comes to sort of like agreements that were made through two different cultures, European culture and my culture is the Maori culture. There's some documents signed that sort of that we still use today, but some of the essence of it has been ignored, and I've used that Gemini to research the documents and what was written and when it was written and all those sorts of things. So yeah, that I love about Gemini, but I'm not liking what I just did today in using Gemini. So I think there was another one that I actually did too. I uploaded a video. That was another one. Let me just try that. I'm going to upload a video. I'm going to get it to tell me about the video. Where have I got some videos? Just trying to find some videos. Videos. Okay, let me just have a look here. No. Sorry, guys. I'm just going to try and find some other videos. All right, so I'm just going to open this. This is a video. Watch this before publishing on Lulu. Lulu is actually a platform that do print-on-demand books. So this is actually a video file. I'm going to ask it to describe the video. Please describe what's in this video. All right. Now, I think I did try this once before, but I'm not too sure how it turned out. But let's just see what it does now. So it said to provide a detailed description of the content, I'll need to extract some frames and analyze them. Let me proceed with that. Extracted frames and video provide visual. Here is first name. The video starts with a dark scene, blah, blah, blah. The scene shows a person. All right, so, okay, let me just click on here. Can you summarize the presenter's points? What topics does the video cover? Let's just try this one here. This is interesting. Look what it's done here. So now it's actually getting the audio. All right. Okay. I don't have the capability. I think, show how to. Okay. I think even sort of get this far here kind of just shows you these things just around the corner that is capable of going to be doing soon. Like the fact that it's actually extracted some of the scenes out there, it's showing you in the frames. I think that's pretty cool. And it kind of just describes really the scenes. It doesn't really describe what the presenter's talking about. But it looks like, I don't have the ability to perform speech-to-text transcription directly here. However, you can use online tools such as Google Speech-to-Text. Okay. So what I was trying to demonstrate here is just probably if you uploaded a video, how would it, can it describe the video? What some of the topics are, and maybe if I just, I don't want text to speech, but instead a summary of what it's about. Let's just see what it does here. No, Nancy, I haven't seen the video made by Saw on OpenAI. Not yet, no. I'm still catching up with a lot of things. All right, so here we go. Here, video summary. Watch this before. The video starts with an introduction, likely presenting the topic of the video, which is about important considerations before publishing on Lulu. Explanation of what Lulu is and its services, the advantages. So understanding Lulu. So here's okay. So this is what I was after. Here are the key points. So it's saying explanation of what Lulu is and its services. The advantages of using Lulu for self-publishing, such as the ease and use and print-on-demand options. And then it goes into sort of preparing your manuscript, cover design. So it's kind of covered what's actually been spoken about in the video. So that's pretty impressive. And then if I wanted it to actually explain more about Lulu publishing, then it will go out and it will find Lulu, which is basically lulu.com, and it will actually give me more information about it. So just a little demonstration really about, just how close ChatGPT is to, a range of different sort of like intricate or complex tasks. Give it a video. I mean, you can give it a picture and it'll describe it, but you give it a video and you get it to summarize, kind of like what you do with YouTube already, right? You get the transcript from YouTube and then you get ChatGPT to summarize the transcript. This is kind of going straight to ChatGPT, giving it a video and getting it to describe the video or summarize what's been said in the video. So it's completely missing out YouTube altogether in a sense. So that was my point of this demonstration, because I did actually try this maybe a week or so ago. Couldn't remember quite the outcome, but I'm sure it was quite positive. But now doing it again, I think so far that is pretty cool. So what's my final take on ChatGPT 4.0 versus Google, let's just say Google, the paid version of Google Gemini. Probably one of the biggest things is that it can pick up on the images. It can sort of give you a description of the image and also create a story around it, I think. Let me just have a look here. I was quite disappointed really with Gemini. But yeah, just very, very two different platforms that actually have. So this one here, this is the story that it gave me. So it gave me a story about the image, right? Which Gemini couldn't, because it couldn't actually give stories. Well, it couldn't actually do people. So the images of people, which was a bit of a damper. And the other thing is that what it's done here too as well for me is actually it's created that summary as well. And here's another thing. All right, you see how I've gone from one sort of request to something completely different to a video in the same thread. For me, I think that's really cool where you can just chop from one thing, change from one thing and go directly to something completely different in the same thread. Sometimes, ChatGPT in the past has actually got confused and, it doesn't work so well. But, without really knowing, realizing it, I actually decided to change it up and just do something completely different in the same thread. And in the end, I got a result, which was a good result. Okay, so here we go. An AI world has a huge step. Yes. All right, guys, that's me for this week. I thank you for being here. We're just under an hour, which is pretty good. And that was my final assessment on Gemini versus Gemini 1.5. I didn't really demonstrate the 1.5 Flash because you do actually have to sign up by the looks of it on a different, to actually use it. But I'm actually using Gemini Advanced, and it's pretty good. But does it compete with the latest ChatGPT 4.0? Not really, in my view. And the other thing is, the great thing about ChatGPT 4.0 is they're going to make that accessible as a free for users. Not sure when, but it's going to be happening. I think one of the announcements that I saw was one of their ultimate goals was to actually make AI initiatives and AI tools accessible for to the general public for free. So I think what we're seeing here is how things when something new first comes out, it's generally free, then everybody's jumping on the bandwagon, and then people are starting to charge for this and that, and so we're getting paid subscriptions and all that. But eventually it gets so saturated that ultimately there's you'll get it at some point. You'll get it for free, which I think is really cool. There'll be some part of it that you will have to pay for, but if you could make this like ChatGPT 4 or even ChatGPT 4 free for everybody, then that's great. I've actually heard that it possibly is free at the moment. I'm not too sure, but I've always paid for my one. So until I see that it is free, so it will be free, but there will be kind of like some limitations, right? Maybe the amount of output that it generates and all that sort of thing. So you will get the free version, but you will have limitations, which I think is pretty fair. So if you want more higher limitations, then the paid version is probably the best one to go for. All right, thank you, Nancy, for being here. Thank you, Tyra, and thank you for your support. Hopefully this was kind of interesting because I did actually discover some little quirks about Gemini. A little bit disappointing, but hey, no doubt they'll fix those areas too as well. So, and see you next week. Thanks for coming. Bye.